All right, so you probably clicked on this video to get the cheat code to getting fit, which I am gonna give you, but it might be slightly different than what you might be thinking. You see, for over 10 years, I've been helping people get fit, and I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients. I've amassed thousands of training hours. I've also been a gym manager, and I've seen people approach their own fitness journeys in many different ways. And the unfortunate truth is that most people that start a fitness routine will ultimately fail and need to go back to the drawing board and try again. And I don't want that for you. On a basic level, most regular people's fitness journey looks something like this. They feel fat, out of shape, and weak, and therefore they say, hey, I want to make a change. I'm going to join X class or X gym, and they make a bit of a game plan to do that. They sign up at a gym or they sign up for a class. They start changing their nutrition, but the key thing is they try to go 0 to 100 overnight. They say, I'm gonna go 5 days a week. I'm gonna go on a strict diet plan. I'm gonna go absolutely as hard as I can to achieve my goal. And what happens is they burn out, right? They can't do it anymore, and then they quit, back to the drawing board, and then in 6 to 12 months later, they'll do it all again. And this is what I see all the time, guys. I see people that want to change everything all at once, and it's too much. It's too much for the average person to do. Some people can definitely do it. Some people can go 6 days a week to the gym. They can change their entire nutrition plan. They can willpower and muscle their way through 6 to 12 grueling months of lifestyle change, and it works. But I would say for 95% of people, that is not going to work. It's more about building quality habits and finding things you like and finding things you can continue to do on a regular basis rather than just trying to punch your way through a massive lifestyle and fitness change. Because keep in mind, fitness and nutrition are lifestyle changes. They're not just choices you're making. You're trying to change key aspects of your actual life. And some of my most successful clients have come in with that same mentality. Hey, I wanna go balls to the wall. I wanna go 5 days a week in the gym. I wanna change my entire nutrition plan. And I usually say, wait, hold the phone. Let's try something a little bit more gradual and a little bit more approachable. And trust me, down the line, this is really gonna work for you much better because you're going to build the habits associated with the thing that you want to achieve, which is fitness. So what is the cheat code for fitness? Well, I'm going to explain this to you using a story about one of my clients, John. He was a tech worker. He had never done the gym, at least not for a long period of time. And he built a lifestyle and a consistency around fitness, and he's still doing it today. He's really fit, he's really lean, and he's loving life. John had tried the gym before and he said it wasn't for him. He had made many attempts at it. He just said he didn't like it. He said that, he preferred to go for hikes or go for walks, which he wasn't actually doing quite frequently anyways, but he really wanted to build some muscle. He really wanted to change the way his physique looked. He also just felt out of shape and weak and generally unwell most of the time because he spent a lot of his time at a desk sitting down. He didn't really eat well. He was going to Starbucks and Burger King and ordering pizza for a lot of his meals. I do a little bit of a nutrition audit with most clients when they first come in, and for him it was a lot of pizza, Burger King, etc. And it's not that you can't have those things sometimes, but for every single meal is definitely not what we're looking to see. We're looking for more nutritionally dense whole foods and things that aren't ultra processed. So for him, there was a bunch of changes we need to make, but the first one that I made with him was, hey, let's just try to go to the gym 1 day per week. And I know most of you watching right now are like, hey, 1 day a week, that's not enough. And I agree with you. It's not quite enough, but you need to keep in mind that John was a high-level tech professional. He's a really busy guy. He doesn't have all day to go to the gym, and he's also brand new to the gym. And I want him to build momentum. I want him to get those small wins. So what we did was we said, hey, let's go to the gym with me once per week, and then let's build on that. So the first 2 to 3 weeks, he just did 1 workout a week. Once he started nailing that 1 workout a week, we added an additional one. This one he was doing on his own. So he had a home apartment gym. I showed him how to do it. He did that for about 3 or 4 more weeks, 2 sessions a week, 1 with me, 1 on his own, 1 with me, 1 on his own. From there, we actually added a 3rd workout a week. And at this point, he's starting to build that momentum. He's feeling stronger, he's feeling better, his fitness level's growing, but he's also figuring out ways to fit it into his schedule and showing himself every single week that, hey, I can do this, I can achieve this. And it feels more like a win because he hasn't actually not showed up for himself, right? Say that you were to do the opposite and you were to go, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days this week, but then he actually failed on going to the gym 5 days and he only went 2. He'd probably feel pretty bad about himself. The negative self-talk would come in. It doesn't feel like a win. Even though he had a 200% increase on how much he was going to the gym before, which was 0, he feels like he's losing. So my goal for people in the beginning is let's build momentum, let's build those small wins to where you actually feel like it's starting to snowball and you actually feel like you're getting momentum and moving forward, because in the beginning, anything is progress, right? 1 day a week is 100% increase on 0. So that for him was building those wins. On the nutrition side of things, we started very simplistic. I didn't have him weighing out all his meals. I didn't have him, breaking out the scale and looking at every ounce of chicken he was consuming. That is more of a high level skill. What I said was, hey, we're going out for a lot of these meals right now. Let's try to just cook our breakfast and get consistency around 1 meal of the day. The other 2 meals of the day, I still want you to focus on trying to have higher protein options. Try to make sure there's some vegetables, try to drink water, but don't beat yourself up if you slipped up a little bit or if you had to go out for a Starbucks sandwich or a Burger King. Like, it's not the end of the world. Let's work on 1 meal of the day at the time. Breakfast is usually quite controllable because we're at home. We can prep something ahead of time. We can make it consistent. So simultaneously, we're doing 1 workout a week. We're just working on and getting our breakfast high protein, a little bit of fruit or veg, more fiber. And he feels like, okay, I'm building momentum here. I'm gaining speed on the things I'm moving towards. And keep in mind that most people's fitness goals are not short-term. Most people's fitness goals are long-term. They want to be a fit, healthy individual, not just for a few months, for life. So if we can take a step back and say, okay, John, I know you want to get here really quickly, but if we build these habits, 10 years down the line, you are going to be a fit, ripped, healthy individual. You're going to be strong, you're going to be making good nutritional choices, and you're going to feel really, really solid and like it's just a habit. One of the third and final things we worked on was his relationship with work and life balance, as well as just overall stress load and the quality of his sleep. Because for him, he was staying up way too late watching Netflix, playing video games till around 1 to 2 a.m., maybe even 3 a.m. some days in the morning, which then led into him doing a morning workout. He didn't have the energy, he didn't feel motivated, he didn't want to do it. And it also really dampens your recovery, as well as it totally throws off a lot of your hunger hormones, which tend to crave more sugary and fatty processed foods when you haven't had a good sleep. So that really just culminates and snowballs into not having energy to work out, making poor food decisions, and just having generally really poor energy. So to work on your stress and your sleep is super, super important. What we did was we worked his bedtime back 30 minutes at a time. So say he was going to bed 2 a.m. on a regular basis, we started by moving it back to 1:30. He did that for a week, then 1, then 12:30, then 12. Same thing, if you just try to go from 2 a.m., that's your normal cadence, all the way to, hey, I'm going to bed at 10 p.m., it's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna feel normal for you. So you have to do it in chunks. You have to do it in a measured way where you're actually able to move it back slowly, get your body used to going to bed earlier, and also building the habits of, hey, I'm not gonna play video games till 3 a.m. in the morning. If you don't start work, or if you don't have to go into the gym till later in the day, and you want to go to bed at 3 a.m. and then get up at 10 a.m. or whatever it might be, do your thing. But for most people, the best hours of sleep are gonna be between 9 p.m. and around 6 to 8 a.m. So for a lot of people, going to bed around 9 and getting up at 5, or going to bed at 10 and getting up at 6 is a really good cadence for sleep. Once again, this is not a hard and fast rule, but it is something that there's a lot of science backing up, and most people have a more quality sleep when they get to bed before that 10 or 11 p.m. Okay, so now you guys get an idea of what John and I were working on. I just want to fast forward a little bit to where we are today. So gradually we worked him into doing 4 weightlifting workouts a week, and he also started doing more regular hiking and other cardio events throughout the week. So that could have been cycling or jogging, or even just going to something like a Barry's Boot Camp or an F45, right, as a supplemental cardio event. So he became a much more active person on a regular basis, and we moved forward to that 4 workouts a week. And that is kind of what I tell most clients when they come into the gym is if you can get to 4 workouts per week, that is plenty for most people. Doesn't need to be 5, doesn't need to be 6, doesn't need to be 7 days a week with weights. 4 is very effective, it's very recoverable, and you're gonna be feeling really, really good with 3 or 4 days a week in the gym. With the nutrition side of things, we did eventually move him into a macronutrient-based plan where he was weighing out some food, he was measuring things. I don't think that macronutrient weighing and looking at your food is a negative thing. I look at it as a teaching tool where you can actually learn about the foods that you're eating. You can learn, hey, this is how much protein's in this, or this is how much fat's in this. Oh, I didn't really realize that I was consuming this much sugar when I was eating this product, right? It's not really a negative thing, but for some people, mentally, it is a bit too much. So it's not 100% necessary. You can always use a portion-based plan. There is like a hand portioning system I use with some clients as an alternative, or just a regular portion-based system. But for most people, doing a macronutrient-based system gives them that flexibility to eat different foods while learning about what the quantities of fats, carbohydrates, proteins, fiber, etc. are in their foods, right? So don't look at it as a long-term solution, but more of a short-term intervention to learn more about what your body needs to fuel itself effectively. Thirdly, we got John to be going to bed around 11 p.m. Still for me, I would want him going to bed around 9 or 10 p.m., but that's not realistic for most people. So still that improvement of him getting an extra 3 hours of sleep per night is absolutely massive and made a huge amount of difference when it came to his hunger levels, his nutritional choices, how well he felt during his workouts, and overall just his quality of life went up, right? He felt better to go do activities like hiking, cycling, etc. And he actually felt like he had a new lease on life once he started getting more sleep, and it helped with his overall stress load as well. So what is the cheat code to fitness? My personal opinion, the cheat code to fitness is starting small and building quality habits, because fitness is not just something you're going to form in 3 weeks or a month. It is the culmination of years and years of training, of building habits, of creating a system that works for you and your lifestyle, and something that's really going to fill your cup and make your life better. I don't think your entire life needs to be revolving around the gym, but the gym should be a key part of your life to make your life better outside of the gym. Whether that's for aesthetic reasons, you just want to look better, you want to function better as a human being, you want to be able to be more active, you want to have better energy levels, you just want to be able to do daily tasks. I worked with a lot of older clientele when I lived in Victoria, BC, that were 65 plus senior citizens. And let me tell you, when you get to that age, it is no longer about how you look, and it's all about how you feel and how you function, right? Can I go up the stairs without gassing out? Can I carry my groceries home on my own? Can I still do some of the activities I love to do? And is my quality of life still high and I'm enjoying myself? Because those are the things that become important through old age. But I know as younger people, for 20s, 30s, 40s, most of it is going to be about aesthetics, looking better, and also being stronger and feeling better on a daily basis. So if you can leave your ego at the door, if you can build slowly, build momentum, you can take those small steps forward with your workout program, with your nutrition, with your lifestyle. I guarantee you're gonna build momentum, you're gonna feel mentally better because you're not failing yourself. And if you get 6 months, 12 months into this and you look back at everything you've done, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I made so many changes, I did so many things, and it didn't feel quite as egregious, right? It didn't feel quite as insurmountable. It was a doable task, and I actually feel like this is something I can fit into my life for the long term. And that is what I want for most people. I want fitness to be something that builds you up, you enjoy, it makes your life better. As per usual, my name is Coach Judah. I am a strength and lifestyle coach from Vancouver, Canada. I do train clients out of downtown. If you guys are looking for assistance, you can click the link below and apply for a consultation call or a assessment session. I also do coach some clientele worldwide, so feel free to fill out one of the forms and I'll get in contact. If you guys enjoyed the video or you have questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. I do answer every single comment. And subscribe to the channel because we do release more videos like this every single month, and I would love to see you guys back around. Hope you guys have a great day and good luck on your fitness journeys. Much love. Peace.